Hi, I'm Shannon Register with Register Real Estate Advisors, and I'm here with you for another edition of Whiteboard Monday. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about zoning restrictions and deed restrictions and how to know the difference. In the Houston area, we do not have zoning restrictions, but if you're from other parts of the country or in other cities around the country, you probably are familiar with zoning restrictions. Originally, I'm from Georgia, and that's all we have are zoning restrictions. We don't have deed restrictions. But if you're here in the Houston area, or if you're purchasing property or planning to purchase property in the Houston area, you're going to want to get familiar with deed restrictions. The City of Houston has no zoning restrictions, but it's a legal tool that's used by the local government. Basically, they're trying to enforce certain behaviors so that the property gets its proper land use around the community. And the Houston area has deed restrictions instead, and these are enforced by the subdivisions. Each subdivision in the Houston area has a homeowners association, or at least most of them do, and the homeowners association would be the one to enforce the deed restrictions in the community. The deed restrictions are covenants, restrictions, and conditions that actually show up on the deed. It's included in the seller's deed to the buyer. So before you purchase a property, you're going to want to read through the deed restrictions, and you can get those from your title company. Some examples, I have 3 examples up here of things that you might find on your deed restrictions. One would be paint color. You're limited as to what color you can paint the exterior of your home. Another may be parking. Some subdivisions do not allow parking, especially at night on the street. Your vehicles, even when you have guests, have to be parked in the driveway. Another one might be landscape. Some communities will only allow certain types of landscape. They don't want palm trees in a community that's full of oak trees. So that could be a condition of your deed restrictions. So make sure before you purchase a property that you are familiar with the deed restrictions if you're in the Houston area, and throughout the country, of course, you have zoning restrictions, and check with your local government and see what other restrictions there may be whenever you're buying, whether you're buying commercial or residential property. You always want to know what sort of restrictions are on you. And if you are purchasing in the Houston area, you can get unrestricted land, but it's normally not going to be in a subdivision. It's normally farther out from the city, but you can get unrestricted land, and that's where you can have, you can pretty much do whatever you want with the land, have horses, cows, and use the land for any use that you want. I'm Shannon Register here with you at Register Real Estate Advisors for another edition of Whiteboard Monday. I'll see you next Monday.